She named me down there, Walter, Richard, Patty, Rusty, Awesome Bill, Irvin, Gordon, Earnhardt's Yelton, Jr. Used to say Mama was a NASCAR fan, not long in Talladega, in the stands. The fans all cheered the second higher ride. The loudspeaker said the boys born to drive. We didn't have money for a pacifier, so I sucked on the valve of a Goodyear tire. A 7-pound, 8-ounce son of the South, born with a taste for racing in my mouth. She named me down there, Walter, Richard, Patty, Rusty, Awesome Bill, Irvin, Gordon, Earnhardt, Johnson, Jr.
Welcome, everybody, to the Speedway Review coming out of Martinsville and going into championship weekend. We've got a lot to discuss. I'm going to have a little bit of a rant that I'm going to go on. We're going to talk about a couple things that we're going to be doing going forward. But for right now, let's get the rigmarole out of the way. My name is Chris Burns. With me, as always, in the center square, lower, whatever you want to call it, co-founder, co-host, and looks like he's very cold because Dad hasn't turned on the heat yet. It is Stat Boy, Corey Huffnagel.
What is going on, everybody?
From his iRacing gimmick down in deepest, darkest southern, North Carolina. Where you at?
Central Florida. I'm down here by Daytona.
Oh, no shit. Next time I go to Florida in April, we'll have to hook up and have a beer. It's Big Dookie, David Duke.
Yeah.
What's happening, y'all?
And, of course, the producer extraordinaire, the man with no hair, the man who can still wear a hookah necklace, and it's not 1989. He's not Tom Cruise, and this isn't Cocktail, but he is Big Herm, Michael P.S. Herman.
What is up? And that is a $600 New Mexican Native American turquoise necklace.
Made out of real New Mexicans?
No, it was the jeweler that I bought it from, the artist. Actually, it took him almost 25 years. These are all pieces off of bigger pieces that were chipped off that he worked, and it took him 25 years to get all the pieces and work them. They were all worked by hand. Like this is some of the best turquoise on the fucking planet. It's
all right. Well, I'll stop the jokes.
It's for my dad. That's all.
All right. No.
It's for
your dad. Your dad holds a close place in my heart too, so we'll leave it there. Pay no attention to Corey eating the hanger.
Yeah, I'm not even sure what the fuck that's about.
But before we start, I want to say that October is over, meaning that I can fully pick on Austin Dillon once again when we get to the NASCAR Cup race. But thank you to the wonderful Bingham family who bestowed me this fantastic trophy of most original costume on Saturday, and the people who voted for me. I'd like to thank all of them, and I might have voted for myself, but not in that category.
They were great people, amazing people, huge people.
They were the best people.
They were the best people.
Either way, no, I had a blast. It was a great time. I look forward to doing it again next year, and I've already started working on my costume in my head. So it's going to be something else. But if I thought running around with a cape was going to be tough, I'll tell you guys off air when it's over. Remind me. It's going to be tough to do a scavenger hunt dressed like what I'm trying to build for next year, and it's going to be built. What up? See, Bill Bingham's already in the house. Hello, Billy.
Yeah.
Billy and his wonderful wife, Gina. Billy roots for Chase Elliott, who's not in the championship 4, and his wife roots for Austin Dicklips. Austin Dicklips. Austin Dicklips. I can say it now because it's not October. But both wonderful people.
Go
Thank
Niners.
you again. Go Niners. Absolutely. Unless they're playing the Falcons, which doesn't happen this year. So before we get into everything we need to talk about, we need to obviously throw it to Stat Boy because we need news and notes, and we need them now.
Alrighty. So first topic of the night is Eric Almirola is announcing that he is not going to be coming back to Stewart-Haas Racing next year. And it is also announced that Smithfield is not going to be back on the car next year as well. So apparently, from what I think what's going to happen here is that, Almirola is still going to be racing. However, he's not going to be running full time as what everybody, is been doing over the years and so forth. I mean, because look, Almirola has been in the sport since, I don't know, like 2007 or something like that. He's raced in the Truck Series, he's raced in
This is the
Xfinity,
second
and
time
of
he's
course he
retired.
raced in he
Yeah,
raced in
you're right. It's the second time.
This is
He's
the
got.
second time
Yeah.
he retired. He Tom Brady'd it already.
He's
so
gonna
Yeah, he
have
pretty
one
much
more
did.
before he becomes Cher.
right.
Yeah,
But
that's old, especially for a middle of the pack guy.
yeah.
I agree.
But
Go ahead, Clark.
But anyway, so again, of course Almirola is going to retire from full-time racing. However, he is going to be running, from what I think is going to happen, is he's going to run like some part-time schedules, in like trucks or Xfinity or whatever, that's kind of like close to the area. Because you got to be honest too, because Almirola, has a wife, he's got a few kids, and we've heard this saying before, father time is undefeated. So I think it's I mean, honestly, again, Almirola hasn't had like the best career. I mean, but there's been some moments where, he's been pretty good on the super speedways. And of course, he did win at New Hampshire that one time, which we were there to witness that. But the one moment that I remember was, I remember 2007 when Xfinity, which was then the Busch Series, raced at Milwaukee one time. And I don't know if you guys remember this, but Almirola started on the pole, and this is when he was with Joe Gibbs at the time. So 62 laps in, he gets out of the car, and then Hamlin comes in because apparently one of the higher up sponsors said, we want Hamlin in the car instead of Almirola, whatever. And let me be clear on this. Hamlin came all the way from Sonoma, all the way to Milwaukee just to run that race, and then you can just pretty much see like the look on Almirola, like as soon as he was walking, like when he got booted out of the car, like he was pretty much dejected, and I fully agree. So, but I do wish Almirola the best, and I do wish him the best of luck whatever he endures next year, and quite honestly, I would not be surprised, and I know it's been rumored right now, but I wouldn't be surprised if Gragson takes over that 10 car next season.
Yeah, not a fan of the rumor mill. I think there are other people other than Gregson who deserve that ride. However, Eric Almirola leaves the sport. This is the stats as of now. We're not talking about what he could do this coming weekend at Phoenix. 3 wins, 96 top 10s, which is nothing to sneeze at. 6 poles. Not a bad run. But like David said, he's a middle of the pack guy. He's he's one of those guys you see up front and you're like, ooh, that could be a little bit of a spoiler, or he's a guy you see perennially running 13th.
Yeah.
Not a bad guy. Again, like you said, family time is tantamount, and he's a younger guy, just 39 years old, younger to me. To Corey, not so much. But you've made your money, man. If you have the opportunity to exit the sport, you've got a nice nest egg underneath you, and you want to spend time with your family, dude, more power to you. This isn't a Danica Patrick situation. This is more like a Carl Edwards situation. Carl was competitive and said, dude, I'm out. I got young kids. I want to enjoy the life that I've built for them. I think Eric's doing the same thing, and I wish him nothing but the best. He was, as far as being a teammate to my guy, Kevin Harvick, fantastic teammate. You could count on him if he's running and he's not quite as good as the 4, tucking him behind. And I'm sure that, Clint Boyer in the past or Ryan Preece or Chase Briscoe today would tell you, Eric Almirola is a classy guy. Hello, Terry. How are you tonight? In the comment section.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Sorry.
Please. No, I was done. I was just going to say that's all I got to say.
Touch on what Corey was talking about, the Milwaukee race, as somebody that was an official for the Busch Series during that race, it was Rockwell Automation that made the call to get Denny in that car. And as dejected as Eric was to get out of the car, I can tell you up and down pit road, the feeling was mutual because he had that field covered. And they had the driver change, and Denny come from the back and still had him covered. And we all knew that Eric was going to win that race, and unfortunately, he didn't get to finish it. And we all felt the same way. That was a bad deal. That was a bad deal, that race. But I don't know. I feel like he's more like a David Ruderman kind of driver. I mean, he's, it could be better and better equipment, but is just kind of average. I mean, he's had good equipment, but has the Stewart Haas really been the shining diamond equipment? Not really.
Not in the last 2 years.
They've
No.
had some moments, right? But I don't know. I don't know. I'm not going to miss him much at all, to be honest.
I'm going to miss the bacon car. That's all I'm going to miss is, fueled by bacon. I'm like, yeah, buddy, that's exactly right.
Yes, sirree.
All right. I know, Herm, you're kind of a noob, but you have any thoughts on your fantasy guy, Eric Almirola?
No, I'll choose a new dude next year.
I figured you would. Well, we're all going to redraft in January, so
yeah.
Well, we'll figure that out too. We have to figure how many guys are actually going to be in the fantasy running this year, and that'll happen over the winter. But what else you got on the docket there, Corey?
Alrighty. So before we go on, just so you guys know, Almirola could have won the Daytona 500 in 2018, but guess who ended up winning that race? And Gina will probably know.
I'm guessing he's got penis lips.
Oh Jesus! I don't even know who we're talking about now.
Austin Dick Lips.
Yes, that was pretty much him. And also another moment too was when Chris, me and you were at the race this past July. There was the part where Almirola came off of pit road, and everybody thought the screw on the tire was on tight, and then goes into turn one.
Yeah, loses the entire freaking thing.
Yep. And had he not do that, I think he would have had like a top 3 car that day.
Oh, he was doing tremendously up until that point. I mean, you and I were talking about, could he do this again? It's a track that he found success at, and just sucks that he had that. His team. I don't want to say his team, but I still say the one lug system is a bad fit for NASCAR.
It's a bunch of shit.
Agreed, Herm. Agreed.
It's a bunch of shit.
Pile of shit.
Agreed, Herm. Let it go. Breathe. That vein in your forehead is starting to get a little bit wonky. TJ Peters is watching. Hello, Donut Man.
Hey, TJ.
Probably on his way to Phoenix, where TJ and Legacy Motorsports, and to a lesser extent, his GMS racing will be featured this weekend.
Yes, indeed.
So, you got anything else on the docket?
So, Ford has unveiled their new Mustang for next season, which, of course, they are going to be going with the Mustang Dark Horse for the 2024 Cup Series season. Now, I'm going to be real honest on this. I'm not a Ford guy, but just watching this car, test the Daytona today, I thought it looks sleek. I thought it looked smooth, and honestly, like, I cannot wait to see like the paint scheme and the number and everything on it. And honestly, like, I think this is a really good. I think it's a good car. I think it's a good feature that they're going to have. And my big question is I wonder if Chevrolet and Toyota are going to follow this direction, kind of like what Ford's doing right now.
Guess we're going to find out.
Yeah, so the pictures that I've seen of it, I got a lot of Garage 56 feel body lines from it. Like they took a lot of the look of that Garage 56 car with all the carbon fiber fins that they had on it, and it looked like they kind of expanded up on that, especially with the way the fenders come up over the hoods. I think it's going to be pretty cool. I hope they let them continue down that path for that aero part of it.
I agree with that completely. And Herm, if you could throw the last comment up. Welcome to the comment section, MT. Mike Martin, one of my favorite people on earth. This is going back to the single lug. It's been proven that it isn't creating faster pit times that they said it would. And that's absolutely correct, because if you remember,
that's one of the reasons it's a piece of shit.
Well, among other things, however, when they throw that gas can in, it was timed specifically to make sure all 4 tires were changed and you could get out, bing, 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 take it off, put it on, bing, 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 spin around the other. Now It's not, because once those tires are done, you have to wait for the gas man to pull, and then you see somebody, give them a signal, get out. David, you being a former official, I've been dying to ask you about this. Do you think the single lug is a failed experiment, or do you think that this is here to stay?
I think it's hard-headedly here to stay. I think it's a failed experiment that's hard-headedly going to be pushed through. I don't understand why we had to go away from it. I don't understand that at all. But I think it's probably just here to stay out of spite, I guess,
Well,
for
to go
lack.
back would mean they were wrong.
But they won't. They're not going
And
to
you
say
know,
that.
and you know how well that's where I was going.
Although,
And you know how NASCAR loves to admit they were fucking wrong.
well, now I will
Ryan
say
Blaney.
that they did admit that. Well, I don't know. I don't understand how the template was wrong. How was the template wrong, but nothing else was wrong?
Nothing else was off.
Only the one shock was off. But if the template was off, that
Well,
shock
no.
could have fit,
Well-
and everything else should have been wrong.
Right. That
I
the
don't
shock
know.
the shock should have fit the fucked up template, and everything else should have not.
That's-
Everything else
see,
should have not fit the
As
fucked up
somebody that
template.
used to install templates on a car, I know how that shit works.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. That's why we like having you. Couple
When
other
your master's
comments.
fucked up, everything else is too. The only thing that's correct is what you did with the master. Everything else is
yeah.
off.
Exactly. So I got some comments. Says they're Fat Matt here on TikTok says they're trying to be too much like F1, and Jerry says Yoda's need a rear wheel drive Camry.
Ooh,
Mm.
that could be fun.
Yeah.
Comments on our side. Mike Martin said if they would do like F1 or Indy, where they pick the whole car up at once, tire changer each wheel, 4-wheel. Okay, I can see that. TJ, being him of Legacy Motorsports, who has a little more insight, says even with the single lug, gas runs between 8.5 and 10 seconds. Older style 5-lug gas was between 12 to 15, so it has gotten faster. But we don't see that on our end because
Yeah. But I got 854 fucking thousand cautions every week because every other week somebody's losing a fucking tire. So much to the point that the dudes in the booth are like, "Oh, look, we got another tire. You did that shit 10 years ago, they'd have lost their minds. Holy shit, we got a fucking tire off." This now it's just like, oh, looks like we got another tire off. Somebody's car turned 3.
yeah, they
that
say it like somebody, like
Just
somebody
going around
blew
a
an
curve
engine.
and rubbing a fucking wall.
They say it now with such calmness, like, "Oh, look, there's a
well,
tire
look,
rolling down the
tire.
backstretch."
And you know in the off when the thing's on, like, these mother.
Think about this. Anybody who's watched a baseball game ever in the history of ever, nobody goes nuts over a walk.
Right.
Boom, ball 4, take your base. Oh, well, Aaron Judge just walked. Now, the commenters on NASCAR, same thing. Oh, look, a tire just came off a car. It's rolling down the backstretch. It's heading for the safer barrier. Because it's so commonplace now. But
Yeah.
Herm, to go to your point, if it happened in the 5-lug era, which was, I don't know, from the beginning till 2 years ago, it would have been the hugest news. Somebody would have lost their job.
Somebody was losing their job. They were posting that this asshole was losing their job, and they would make sure that this asshole never put another fucking tire on at Jiffy Lube.
Bingo. NASCAR won't get complete F1 style to many people on pit road if they did pit stops like F1. Too many people get hurt. Pit boxes are way too small at some racetracks. Again, TJ Peters from Legacy Motorsports chiming in. Donut Man, I'm guessing you're not here because you're on your way to Phoenix. Please confirm so I don't feel bad for saying that.
Well, that's what I was assuming.
Pretty much. So do you have anything else to add, or do we go into Martinsville?
No, those are the 2 biggest news stories of the weekend, or the week, I should say.
Good. I can't wait to talk about the Xfinity race because I have a lot to say about the Xfinity race. TJ Peters, good luck. Championship bound, and that's the truck of Grant Enfinger, I believe, right?
Correct.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, good luck to you, TJ, and the entire Grant Enfinger team. as we go into championship weekend. But we have to talk about Martinsville. We have to talk about. I don't want to rate the NASCAR app. Knock it off.
Oh Jesus!
Huh.
You
So-
suck because you support that one lug shit. David, I'm sorry. I did not even realize you were drinking.
You're good, man. You're good, Herm. Herm, you're
I
good.
am so sorry.
That's okay.
I guess it's payback because I almost killed Herm last night on Dysfunction Junction, which, by the way, if you're not watching
Lord.
Dysfunction Junction, you're wrong.
Almost killed him, huh?
So, oh, dude, I said something at the wrong time. He's got his beverage up to his lips, and he damn near choked on it. Poor guy.
Oh, Lord.
But, you know, shit happens and life goes on, and here we are. Listen, I am all for an exciting finish at Martinsville, whether it's Ross Chastain barrel-assing around and doing the video game move last year, whether it's Kenseth wrecking Logano after feeling like Logano had fucked with him way one too many times. I love tight racing at Martinsville, but Hollywood could not have scripted what happened in the Xfinity race with Justin Allgaier winning the race while two RCR cars are battling for the same real estate for the same championship 4 position. And here's where the rant's going to begin. And I can't wait to hear what the Talkers have to say on Duke's channel. I'm going straight to Sheldon Creed and Austin Hill. I'm going to say that those guys raced their asses off. You're battling for the same spot. You're battling to get into the championship 4. You're rubbing, you're bumping, you're doing this, you're doing that. Teammates aside, I remember a fantastic, wonderful race car driver years ago sitting at the podium talking about when a reporter asked, would you wreck this guy sitting next to you to win a championship? He said, I'd wreck my mother to win a championship. I'd wreck your mother to win a championship. Hell, I'd wreck you to win a championship.
Oh.
That man was Tony Stewart.
Mm-hmm.
Probably Corey's favorite race car driver of all time.
Actually, to confirm, he was my first favorite driver when I first came in the sport.
Okay. Here's the deal. Those two guys were battling your teammates in kind of name only, but in the last 3 laps of a race, all that goes out the window.
Mm-hmm.
You want that trophy just as bad as that guy over there. This wasn't lap 4. This wasn't lap 28. This wasn't even lap 200 and change. This was in the last 2 laps. And then for Richard Childress, who made his money racing and then employing, probably, depending on how you look at St. Dale, the dirtiest race car driver of all time. For Richard Childress to come out and make that statement about Sheldon Creed tells me all I need to know about Richard Childress. You have forgotten where you came from. And it's clear once they made that decision to part ways with Sheldon Creed that he was not going to be viewed, because we all know Hill's the golden boy at RCR on the Xfinity Series. We know Jesse Love is coming in, but Sheldon Creed is racing not only for a paycheck, but for a championship. For Austin Hill to be a prick and give away what had not been reported yet, saying, oh, I hope he enjoys his time at Joe Gibbs Racing. I can't wait to have Jesse Love as a teammate. We already knew Jesse Love was coming in. And then for Richard Childress to say, I've worked with a lot of people and no one is stupid as Sheldon Creed. Do me a favor, Grandpa. Look at some of the people you employ, including your dick-lip grandson on the Cup Series. And then tell me you haven't seen stupidity. Because you're wrong. Every bit of respect I had for Richard Childress, this way. Screw him. You put your money on the field. Okay? And Richard Childress has done that over the years until, I don't know, and I'm gonna draw a line in the sand, until Harvick went to Stewart Haas Racing and the grandson became the golden boy. What have they done? Anybody? What has RCR done? Nothing. What has Kevin Harvick went on, won a bunch of races, won a championship, yada, yada, yada. Who is no offense, I know who Austin Dillon is. He's won a bunch of races. He's won some of the top races, but he's not someone I would put in that Hall of Fame resume. Absolutely not. Is Sheldon Creed that? No, no one can tell. He's a young kid. But let's be clear. That kid is running for a championship. He's trying to get into that Final Four. So is Austin Hill. Those last 3 laps, teammates go out the window. This isn't Kyle Busch wrecking somebody on lap 119. This isn't someone being a prick. No offense. And I'm going to throw shade because I like to throw shade at other drivers. So I'm going to throw some at mine. 10 laps into New Hampshire, I don't know how many years ago, where I'm listening to the scanner and Harvick and Marcus Ambrose are bumping into each other. And Harvick says on the scanner, if this guy bumps into me one more time for no reason, I'm going to dump him. Said it out loud. And what'd he do next lap around? Turned him.
Dumped him.
Absolutely fucking dumped him on turn 4. This isn't any of that. These are 2 guys, 2 competitors trying to advance in the championship 4. Put your money on the field. You can get, no offense, I know BJ McLeod is a self-funded team, but you can get Austin Dick Lips and you can get whoever you want and say, this is RCR and we have a legacy and yada, yada, yada. No, you don't. You had a legacy. It's over. You're an also-ran team who runs also-ran equipment while you're filling your pockets and building vineyards. Let me throw a baseball reference out here. George Steinbrenner put his money on the field. The Boston Red Sox, John Henry, puts his money on the field. You know who doesn't? The Oakland A's. They get everybody's cast-offs, and they finish 3rd every year. If you put your money on the field, you expect greatness. And if you fail, you make a couple moves, you try again next year. RCR, all Richard Childress is doing is filling his pockets and giving his grandson a job, and probably not even the most talented grandson. So I'm done with my rant, wax philosophically, but all I'm going to say to end this is that whatever happened between Hill and Creed was final laps, both gunning for the same position, or 2, as Corey said off air, if they'd have just worked together and didn't let all their ego get in the way, I'm not saying Allgaier wouldn't have passed. I'm saying we're talking about a different subject right now. Come on, Dookie. You got something for me. I know you got something for me.
I think if that Sheldon Creed announcement doesn't happen, that Austin Hill doesn't race him like a complete fucking asshole right there.
Thank you.
So on the restart, Austin Hill admits to spinning the tires and overdriving 1 and just runs Sheldon clear up the track. Right? Sheldon gets on his bumper out of 2, races him down into 3, doesn't really rub him, but gives him an opportunity to make a mistake, and he was going to pounce. He didn't really get him out of the way yet. Come up out of 4, gets to his inside, but lets Austin get in front of him, and then he runs him. He uses him up getting into 1, as he should. He didn't use him completely up because he didn't send him all the way to the wall. Right? He just moved him off the bottom, and then he gets it, the inside, and then coming out down into 3, Austin just doors the shit out of him for no apparent reason. Knocks Creed off his line. No wonder Sheldon has to jack the brake up in 3 and 4 because hell, he got knocked off his line getting into the corner. It's my opinion that Richard told Austin, "Fuck the 2. I don't care. I don't want him in the playoffs." I bet you if that announcement doesn't get made, Austin doesn't race him like a complete asshole, and they both get in the playoffs.
I'm going to agree with that. And I just want to run a list, and these are drivers I respect. Whether or not I like them doesn't matter. Dale Earnhardt, Rusty Wallace, Harry Gant, Darrell Waltrip, Kevin Harvick, Tony Stewart, Matt Kenseth. Last couple laps, all bets are off.
Richard Petty.
I'm trying to win a race. And we've seen all those guys I've mentioned. I can throw Kyle Busch in there. Respect the shit out of him. Don't like his attitude. Don't respect some of the things he says. But you put anything with 4 wheels under him, he's going to find victory lane. Those last laps, it's money. It's prestige. It's championships. It's what you get in the car to do. If you go into any sport and you just want to be also ran, you're taking up space. I'm talking about champions. And I think watching that replay over and over again, Creed was running like his life depended on it. Austin Hill, like David said, I wouldn't be a damn bit surprised if he got the word.
I don't want
knock
to put
his
on a
ass out.
tinfoil hat. You know what I mean? But
No, I understand, but we know some of those communications have gone on in the past. Hey, if you just take out this guy, you'll be 2 steps better than you are now.
Yep.
Or there are drivers that have that mentality. If I just move, Dale Earnhardt was the king of doing this. He's nominated, but if you ask most NASCAR fans, he's nominated for sainthood. But they'll watch this and go, "Oh, Sheldon Creed. Oh, he's dirty." No, he's not. He's doing his job. He still works for RCR up through and including next week. His job is to win races and better his position. He did nothing wrong.
I don't even understand where Andy Petrie gets off coming down hollering.
Oh,
and
thank you.
Austin Hill just talking about he didn't give me a chance. What the fuck do you mean? What do you mean? You were pointed straight the whole time until you doored the shit out of him, and then he had to get on the brake to get his car pointed to make the turn because you knocked him completely off of his. You gave him the bad chance, which in turn put yourself in a bad spot and got yourself wrecked and completely booted. That's who he needs to be pissed off about. And Andy Petrie, that is the biggest bullshit I've ever seen.
Yeah.
What is he doing coming down there yelling at Creed? And then if you hear, I heard Andy today on the radio, they were like, oh, he was like, I don't even know why that went viral. Nobody knows what I said. And
Because
he was
you
talking
acted
about
like an
the brake
asshole.
check.
That's
And
why
it's
it went
like,
viral.
and then the explanation he gave was such a soft bullshit explanation.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is going on at RCR? Because I texted Jeff Stankiewicz, Sheldon's crew chief, a good friend of mine, very good friend of mine from my official days. We've got a good friendship even today. And I texted him. I said, man, I see you're getting a bunch of hate, but I don't understand what you guys did wrong or how you could have erased it any different. I said, I'm just throwing my hat out there to support for you. And he said, well, I appreciate that. But he said some other things, but it's just bad, man. It's bad over there. I don't understand how it got to the dysfunction. That's what you need to talk about on Dysfunction Junction is RCR. That damn, just name it that right now because it's bad.
Oh, wow. Not a bad idea. Maybe we can go into it in a couple of weeks. Maybe get somebody from RCR to come on the junction and have that discussion. Listen, I'm going to say it, and I'm going to throw it back to Corey. Sheldon Creed did nothing wrong. He did what any good, hard racing championship driver would do. Run them down. Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Gordon, Kevin Harvick, Tony Stewart, Rusty Wallace, Dale Earnhardt. You want to go even further back? Cale Yarborough, Donnie Allison, Richard Petty. These guys, when it comes down to the last laps, it's either checkers or wreckers. That is the mentality you need to get in these cars. If you get in this car and just say, I'd like to finish 21st every week, get the hell out. I'm Chris Burns, and I approve this message. I haven't said that in a dog's age, so I had to throw that out there for Corey.
Well done
he gets
on
a
that
kick
one.
out of it. Thank you. All right. Moving right along.
But anyways,
I noticed the comment section stopped. I'm wondering if people are pissed off that I mentioned certain guys or that, I'm sorry. If I piss you off, I'm sorry. I'm just,
right.
Me. I come into things objectively. I'm going to tell you how it is, the way it is. And I really am. But this Sheldon Creed hate is stupid.
Yeah. And
yeah, so Fat Matt on TikTok says Dale Sr. would have done and has done the same to get the win.
Thank you, Fat Matt.
Gary, during your rant, said upset much?
A little bit. Have you? No, I got to explain. If you've not met me yet, I get really hot about stupidity.
it's a true story.
Like the single leg system.
Steven just says all he saw was just good hard racing. That's all he saw.
Yeah.
Thank you, Steven.
Burleson was wondering if you got mad, Herm. He seen you stormed off. He was
No, he
making
probably
sure
No,
you're all right.
I had to go check on the dog.
How is Walter, by the way?
He's doing pretty good. We're on food supplements and we're feeding him well, and he's gaining weight and filling in.
Oh.
He'll be big at the next one. He'll probably be 35, 40 pounds easy.
Fantastic. Well, let's go through the week that was. Guys, keep your comments rolling in, please. I didn't mean to piss anybody off. Seems like we're getting more comments from Duke's page than ours, so get on the stick, kids. Justin Allgaier comes away with the surprise victory. Sheldon Creed comes in second. Sammy Smith third. Riley Herbst fourth. And Josh Berry rounds out your top 10, your top 5. Daniel Hemrick was sixth. Parker Pretzelface was seventh. Fast Pasta Anthony Alfredo was eighth. Jeb Burton ninth. And Parker Kligerman rounds out your top 10. Now, see, he's throwing his fist. He knows I'm a Fast Pasta guy, but Duke says that Alfredo is a fan of Duke.
Absolutely he is. Gave me the shout out on the Instagram.
I saw that. That was pretty
Yes.
cool. Let's go through the other notables real quick. Josh Williams, Speedway alumni, comes home in 14th. We had Myatt Snyder, 15th. Brandon Effin Jones. Can you please do something? I'm going to poke that stick at him like the meme for the rest of the season, which is 1 week. 16th. John Hunter Nemechek, 18th. The Ice Cream Man, Cold Custard, was 19th. Austin Hill can suck it in 21st. We have Sam Mayer, 25th. Jeffrey Earnhardt, 26th. Kaz Gralla, 28th. We have, I'm not even going to try it. I'll try it, actually. Akinori Ogata was 33rd.
Yeah.
JJ Yaley, 34th. Chandler Smith, 36th. And all the way down in the BJ McLeod position, Kyle Sieg. Now, I have a really good feeling that our happy and sad are going to mimic each other. So, let's
when
start
he
with the
signs forms up, when he puts his last name, he's Sig Kyle.
Oh, Jesus Christ. We're getting canceled tomorrow.
Oh, Jesus.
All right, Corey, give me a happy and a sad from the Xfinity race.
All right. That's my happy. And yes, guys, this was so this was me when I got a
You
picture
went
with
to
Sheldon
McDonald's?
Creed.
Is that what that is? You went to McDonald's? This is what
Yes,
we're
I did. I got a number 2 Whopper, and I got myself French fries, and I also got a large Coke. It's really good. And actually, it's funny because when I was at the race in New Hampshire back in July, and then they did the signing autograph session, I gotta tell you what. When I went up to Sheldon Creed, the dude was pretty cool, and not to mention with the glasses. I mean, I still call him Austin Powers and all that stuff, but he's gonna be my happy and of course my sad. This one I'm gonna point this one out. So I don't know if you guys saw the big wreck that happened at the end, but did you guys see the hit that Jeb Burton took, like coming to the start line? Like,
Yes.
like I've never seen a hard hit like that, especially at Martinsville. And the way that the car went sideways and then just smacked the wall, like I literally said to myself, like that's literally got to be the hardest hit I haven't seen at Martinsville in a long time. So, but that, and I also want to say my sad has to go to Sam Mayer, which granted, he's already in the championship 4 because he already won a race. There was one part where, he's driving, and then all of a sudden car stops in front of him, and then he tries to get woed down and then pokes a hole in the radiator and whatever. So, but yeah, that's pretty much my take on my happy and sad.
All right, Duke.
Well, obviously, my happy is going to be the 8th place for Alfredo coming in the top 10, channeling his inner Big Duke to get across.
Oh,
the
Jesus.
line through
Here we go.
the wreck. Hey, he said it himself. Well, I'm just
I did. I saw
quoting
that message.
verbatim. He had to channel his inner Big Duke coming to the line. So he was thinking about me when he was driving through that shit. So let's just,
All right.
that's the happy.
Good job.
The sad, man, God, it's easy to take. It's easy to take the 2. I don't understand the hate. I don't understand why he's getting the hate that he's getting, even from inside the organization. Always a bridesmaid, never a bride. It feels like he's knocking on the door, always, and just man, I'm glad, but also he could be a happy as well because he's finally getting out of there, and I think he's going to turn the corner in his career. So
That would be good for him. Herm, what do you got?
Sad. Custer finishing 19th.
Okay.
I was hoping for a better place in that race.
However, I got to give Cole Custer a little bit of credit. Finishing backward across the line to make sure he did cross the line to make sure he got in and got the points.
The happy was like, congratulations, you finished the race and wrecked your car all at the same time.
It's a beautiful thing. Beautiful.
Like he was not even involved, and all of a sudden, just wham, he finished his. And he picked up a couple of spots because of the way it wrecked out. I'm not gonna lie, he improved his track position with that wreck, but he also wrecked his car. So
right,
it's kind of that was my comical moment.
Let's see. Riggs Racing said, "Damn, you let anyone on this show." Laughing my ass off. Duke's the man. Actually, Duke is quite the man, and his skipper hat notwithstanding, he looks like if the skipper and Drew McIntyre had a baby. And anybody who doesn't know who Drew McIntyre is, go to your Google machine. I'm not here to spoon feed you. My happy is going to go to Sheldon Creed. You race your ass off, kid. I've liked Sheldon Creed since the Truck Series. I think he put his foot down and said, I'm not going to be anyone's patsy. This is how it is, and I'm going to go forward with or without RCR. And obviously, it's going to be without RCR. I'm going to mimic Corey on this one. Sam Mayer's my sad. Dude's really too good to have that kind of BS happen to him. So here's your championship 4. We're going to go around the room quick. It's a quick answer. Who do you think's going to win the championship? These are your championship 4. In 4th, in the 00, I already know Herm's pick, the Ice Cream Man, Cole Custer. In 3rd, John Hunter Nemechek in the 20. In 2nd, Justin Allgaier in the 7. And leading the standings right now in the championship 4, Sam Mayer. Starting with Corey. Saturday, who's raising the Xfinity Trophy of those 4?
Man, this is a tough one, but I'm gonna say Allgaier.
Okay. Duke?
7. Easy.
Okay. Herm?
Well, I would really, really, really love if the 00 crossed that finish line first. I mean, the man is due. He's due a win. But unfortunately, we just seem to be a bridesmaid. If we are finishing up there, it's 2nd or 3rd. We just can't seem to make that one spot click. So while I really wish the Ice Cream Man does it, and I'm still pulling for him, I gotta say that I think Nemechek's gonna pull one out of his ass and hit one.
All right. I'm pushing all my chips in. I have one more race as a fan of this team with sweat equity. I am pushing all my chips to the table. And I'm saying Cole Custer is going to win this championship. Phoenix has notoriously been an SHR track. I'm putting my money behind Custer. I'm not looking at anyone else. I know people who like Justin Allgaier. I know people who hate John Hunter Nemechek, and those are in equal measure. I know nobody other than Corey who likes Sam Mayer, but I've got this thing in the back of my head that says Custer's going to do this.
See, I think he can do it. I do. I think he's due, and I really do think he can do it. I just don't. I don't know if the stars align for it, and there's always an issue. It's something. And
We're gonna try this real quick. Cole Custer has 2 wins this season. Corey, what 2 tracks did Cole Custer win at this season?
Simple. They were on the road courses, which he won Portland in June, and then he won on the street course in Chicago.
God damn, I looked that up. I didn't have to because I knew he'd know the answer. So now we're going to move on to the Cup Series, which pissed me off. Not because there were a lot of wrecks. There were, some really good racing going on. But because my fantasy team took quite the hit this week. Wait, Riggs Racing says, is Herm and... Hold on. Riggs Racing wants to know, is Herm an SHR fan? Are you a Stuart Haas guy, or you just like Cole Custer? I think it is.
I just like Cole Custer.
All right.
I tagged him with a name when I first came on the show and took over producing the show. Somebody said his name, and I was like, Cole Custard. Is that like Cold Stone? Was the fucking ice cream man? And it just stuck. And we started calling him the ice cream man, and I just started rooting for him. I didn't have an Xfinity driver at the time, and I kind of needed one.
Right.
Fuck it, the ice cream man. I'm throwing it all in. And I have since mid-season.
Riggs Racing comes in with fair. It's hard to be an SHR fan this year, bro.
I'm not smart enough to know most of those. It takes me like 30 seconds for me to read SHR 7 times and then make it click at Stuart Haas. I'm not that deep that I don't know the difference between Rackley War, Thor Sports, SHR, your mama's back room. I don't know a difference from all of that shit. It's just like, FBI, DEA. I know alphabet letters too, bro. That's all that means.
I got one that you do know before I start talking about the Cup Series. You know what FKB means.
Yeah, it's fuck Kyle Busch. We know that.
Thank you.
That's a show trademark.
So Ryan Blaney comes home with the win in Martinsville. I found this race, much like the last couple of races, to be rather pedestrian. Not a lot of excitement. There was some great movement up front. However, this was just a lot of moving and shaking. There was some tight racing going on in the latter portions of the race. And Corey, I'm throwing it to you. Was this the most boring Martinsville race you ever saw?
I mean, to be fair, like this race wasn't really too bad. I mean, there was some there was some moments in the race where
flashes weren't even spectacular.
I thought they were going to be better.
Not really.
Martinsville is usually fucking 87 car pileups. They're so tight, and they're just wiping out in a corner. These guys they couldn't even crash right.
I don't want to blow this out for anybody, but only 2 cars left the race because of an accident. And we'll get to those when I go through the running order.
Yeah, that's usually a dozen guys out.
Yeah, 33 out of 36 finished running. This is not Martinsville. This was everybody being careful. Racing's not about being careful. Look at Austin Hill and Sheldon Creed. That's how Martinsville should be. Door to door, bumping and banging. Look at Kenseth and Logano a couple years ago. Look at you know what? Screw it. Let's just talk about this race. Ryan Blaney screwed me again twice in the last 4 weeks. Let's go, Ryan Blaney.
Hey, Blaney.
So, Dave Blaney, he said. No, Corey, you did say that you thought it was a pretty decent race. Again, a lot of good movement. I saw a lot of guys, picking up speed on the backstretch or the front stretch, and then losing it in the corners. Very un-Martinsville-like.
But I will say this, though. I mean, the one thing I want to take away from this race on Sunday is I don't know what's been going on with that 12 team in this round. I mean, besides what happened in Vegas, which, we had the disqualification and we rescinded the penalty. But you just take a look at in this round. I mean, I don't know what turned on that 12 team. And I don't know what turned on the Jets, whatever. But this just goes to show you that, now this might not be, Larson or Byron that wins the championship. But, now with Penske coming into play, this could be a different story. And not to mention, of course, I mean, when has it, in any years, that Ryan Blaney has been competitive? I mean, we've seen him on the super speedways, which he's been pretty good. I mean, we've seen him on like other tracks where, he's either fair or okay, but you just look at like what he did at Martinsville. I mean, hey, like, not only he booted Denny Hamlin out of the way, but he was like, beating and banging on everybody's doors because, hey, A, this is the last race before we get to the championship 4, and B, I got to get every spot I can because pretty much a spot equals a point, but honestly, like I'm really interested to see how the championship 4 is going to play out at Phoenix this weekend. And I got to tell you, I think we're in for an exciting championship race. And not to mention, with Phoenix, of course, on restarts, it's funny because like, just like after like they pass the start finish line and everyone's going like 5, 6, 7 wide, I'm just curious to see like who's gonna smack that wall, and then somebody's gonna like spin out or whatever. But I will say, this race in particular, I thought was an okay race. Not really like the best, but I thought it was a typical Martinsville race where you just see a lot of beating and banging and so forth. But but yeah, honestly, like. And I will say this too. I think Blaney driving the discount tire car is probably a lot better than Cindric driving the discount tire car, in my opinion.
I agree with that. But okay, I wanna throw this at you.
All right.
How much has the 12 been working inside the rule book? Found the gray area. Oh, all of a sudden NASCAR's template doesn't fit because it was installed wrong. Or was it installed wrong because they saw that you could install it a different way and gain a little bit here if we do it this way? And if we show NASCAR, hey, we could put it on this way and it still fit, because I can assure you fellas, that happened back in the day with the templates. You get up there, you put a template on, and the crew chief says, well, we took a little bit here. If you put your gauge and take all of your color here, because back in the day we had templates that had yellow, red, and blue, had 70 thousandths, a quarter inch, a half inch as a tolerance, and they would manipulate it up at the top to take all they could at the top, and you could gain at the bottom. So what has the 12 found inside of all this template and engineering stuff that maybe they found a little bit of the edge, and they found it right here at the right time?
The 12 team are cheaters, and they're costing me the fantasy championship. No, they're costing
innovators. It's not cheating until it's called cheating. Until then, we're just innovating.
I've gotten screwed twice by a box. No, I'm gonna. This is my hill. This is the hill I choose to die on.
They're just reframing it.
This is my hill to die on. I got screwed from the Harvick penalty. I got screwed from the rescinding of the Blaney penalty. Ryan Blaney can take the bag that contains all the penises, suck all the penises, put them back in the bag, and then later this week, suck all the penises again.
Oh, Jesus.
Regardless, the kid knows how to drive. It's good to see, Dave Blaney was a hard-nosed race car driver, and it's nice to see his kid having a modicum of success above what. Joey Ternullo, you are fired. You are never coming back. I still love you. Always have.
Yeah.
I'm busting Ternullo's nuts because I say nice things about him all the time, and he comes in with "Go Ryan Blaney."
Yes. Carlson here on TikTok, one of my moderators, he's not letting Hamlin slide at all. He wants Hamlin to hit the wall in the warm-up lap on Sunday still.
Oh, I want him to blow up in practice and then get the backup car and then blow up on lap 1.
I'm on fire. You're not on fire.
I'm on fire. Now you got me with that, you dirty son of a bitch. Let's go into the race. Ryan Blaney comes home with your win. Eric Almirola, retiring, comes home second. Denny Hamlin third. Chase Briscoe fourth, and Joey Logano rounds out your top 5. Kyle Larson was 5th. Christopher Bell 7th. Chris Buescher 8th. Austin Shipwreck 9th, and Todd Gilliland accidentally finds the top 10. Your other notables: Martin Truex Jr. was 12th, William Byron 13th, Ross Chastain 14th, Kevin Harvick 16th, Ty Gibbs, wherever you are, Tori, that's what you get. When Joey dumped him, I cheered loud. Finished 18th, Ryan Preece 20th, Austin Dicklips 23rd. We had Tyler Reddick 26th, Kyle Busch 27th, Ryan Newman 29th. We had Carson Hocevar 31st, Alex Bowman 32nd, Brad Keselowski 33rd, Daniel Suarez 34th.
Nice.
This doesn't often happen, so I'm just going to throw this at Corey. You know what? Screw it. Let's throw it at Herm this time. Finishing all the way down in the BJ McLeod position was
BJ McLeod.
Amen to that.
Nice.
So we're going to go in reverse order this time. Herm's going to lead us off. Herm, what do you got for happy and sad from the Cup race?
My sad is that a lot of my team finished very, very poorly.
Indeed, they did.
And my happy is that Carson Hovercar finished way down at the fucking bottom too.
Wow. We'll leave that right there. Duke, what do you got for happy and sad?
Happy. I'm happy for the 12. I like Ryan. I like his attitude. My sad though is Harvick finishing outside the top 15 on a track that he normally used to just dominate at. You go back, several years ago, you go to Phoenix and it's like, well, Harvick's going to win this one.
Well, Phoenix is next week, and we're talking about Martinsville.
Oh, sorry.
Hold on. Time out. Offsides. Time out. The comment comes in. Hello, Christian Eckes. Tori's not here tonight. I don't know.
I meant Martinsville. Sorry. I
We
was
still
looking
love
at
you.
Phoenix here. I was
all right.
looking over on this other screen and looked at Phoenix, and then I was like, shit. No
worries.
But he just runs so good, and all these tracks that we're going to for the last time in his career, it's like I wish he could just finish better.
Well, that'll happen next weekend.
We'll see. I don't know.
Dude, Kevin Harvick could drive a big wheel and finish top 5 at Phoenix.
I hope so.
All right. Corey, what do you got?
So before I get to my happy and sad,
oh, here we go.
Did anybody watch what happened with the pace car on Sunday?
Yo, that car getting hooked is the most NASCAR fucking thing that's ever happened on the fucking planet, bro.
Bro, yes.
NASCAR. We can't even get a car that has to drive. Literally, it's the tiniest fucking track on the planet. The car literally has to do about 20 miles, and this
for the day.
All right, and the car, brand new fucking car, can't do 20 miles. The most fucked up thing is that NASCAR has a backup pace car.
Yeah.
Like, how often does the fucking pace car break down that they know they might need a backup?
Right.
How iffy is the situation that often? Like, maybe we don't see it, but maybe like maybe it's just the body. Maybe there's like I don't know. There's a 6-cylinder out of like an 84 Buick Regal in there. And I don't know. I don't understand how a brand new fucking car. I don't know. It just stopped working.
It ripped the wiring harness out of the left rear. Is that what we saw?
Something like that.
Something. But like, what the fuck? The guys in the car, the drivers were like, what the fuck's going on?
It's like,
what
God
the fuck?
damn it.
Can I go? If I'm afraid to go.
They're gonna penalize me.
I was literally like, dude, it's like fuck. If I pass this asshole, do I get fucked? Like they all were like, and then somebody was, no, it's all right, just go. But in the beginning, they were all like, no way, dude, I'm not passing that fucking line.
Nope. You saw that when the car broke down.
They were like, what's going on? Somebody talk to me.
All right. To answer a couple of these questions, Christian, Tori's not here tonight. Don't know why. Sorry, you are his biggest fan, and doesn't matter about the rest of us. We're all shit on his shoe, according to you. JR says his happy is Blaney. His other happy is Hamlin is out. All right, fair enough. No sad this week. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is tough for me.
No
But-
Reds this week, Joey. No Reds.
All right, fair
Right.
enough. Got to ask for the Reds Apple Ale. My happy is going to go to Eric Almirola, finishing second. Ran good all day. Had a fantastic race car. My sad's going to go to Brad Keselowski. He was up front most of the day. A couple problems and a spin, and quite the spin. Took Brad out of contention. So we're going to go through the championship 4 as it's been decided. We'll go around the room, and we have fantasy points, and we have 30 minutes. You guys out there get to ask questions. I have a couple. I'm asking you. Throw in some questions for Stump Stat Boy before we hit 9:30. So here's your championship 4. In 4th, William Byron. In 3rd, Kyle Larson. 2nd, Christopher Bell. And the leader going in, well, they're all in the same points, but they listed a 1, 2, 3, 4, is Ryan Blaney. So you're on the hook now. Gun to your head, Godfather style. Corey, who wins the championship next week at Phoenix?
Okay. So, all right. So real quick, I forgot to point out my happy and sad, but I'm gonna do mine real quick. Happy goes.
I
to
thought
Blake.
you did. I'm sorry. I
No,
skipped you. So I'm never mind. Go ahead.
No, it's all good. I'm gonna do this real quick. So, happy's gonna be Blaney, and my sad's gonna be Priest. Now, you're welcome. Okay. So who do I want to win the championship and cup?
Now, who do you want? Who do you think is going
Who do I
to hoist that trophy next Sunday?
All righty. I honestly hate to say this, but I'm honestly gonna go with Blaney.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Corey's last night on the show ever.
Turn out the lights.
Thank you guys. It's been a real honor, and I do enjoy. I did enjoy my time here. So
No, you're good. It's like being banned from the show. You come
I'm
back
fucking
next
with
week.
you.
I know. Guys, in the comment section, throw out who you think is going to win. We already got Blaney from Joey Ternullo. Who's going to win this championship? Duke. Who's going
12.
to win this championship? The 12. Well,
12.
Ooh, so I'm not the only one.
it's been great talking to Duke too. Fuck that
Yep.
guy.
Bill Reynolds on TikTok says Kyle Larson. D's
Okay.
Nuts says tell Chris nice hat and shirt.
You're welcome,
Burleson says give him hell Blaney. So another
you're
one for
fired.
Blaney here.
Wow, it's like you guys have never watched racing before. I'm kidding. Stop it. Before I get hate mail.
This is the first time I've watched racing. How dare you?
Right?
Can I say though, it feels like a race that the 24 is gonna fucking back in to win.
Don't
just
skip over
does.
Herm.
Oh Jesus!
Don't skip over Herm because I think you guys already know who my pick is going to be.
Who's my final 4 again?
Blaney, Larson, Bell, and Byron.
Larson.
Mm.
All right. I'm going with Byron. Dude's been the most consistent. He's the winningest. He's my choice to replace Harvick next year. I'm sticking with it. Comment section, please come on in. Tell me who you think is going to win the championship on the Cup Series this coming weekend in Phoenix. But before we do, we have to go to the Corey is a cheating asshole points.
You're welcome.
And we're going to go from worst to first. So as Herm already kind of alluded to, Herm, bad week, bro.
No shit.
Because Eric Almirola gave you 35 points, Ross Chastain 23, Brad Keselowski 16, and Daniel Suarez. Wow, the last couple of weeks have not been kind to Suarez, 3 points. For a weekly total of 77. Your running total is 3354. You are 492 points out of the lead, meaning you have been eliminated from championship contention. You lost 61 points to the leader.
Damn.
Tori, wherever you are, my friend, hope you're good. One way or the other, is going to be Hendrick, but I say Byron. Mike Martin comes in with Byron. Terry says, Willie B. I'm loving all these comments. Keep it coming. Tell these guys how dumb they are in no uncertain terms. Anyway, Tori, your week was not so bad. Joey Logano gave you 41 points, Ty Gibbs 28, Ricky Stenhouse 18, and Tyler Reddick 11. Tori, your weekly total was 98. Your running total is 34-42. You are 404 points outside of the lead, eliminating you from championship contention. You lost 40 points to the leader. And look, I'm going to read the bottom four before I read the top one, the bottom three before I read the top one. It's as if God himself has reached his hand down. Put your hand on the screen, everybody at home, and tell me how much you believe, because my week this week was Ryan Priest gave me 24 points. Kevin Harvick gave me 24 points. William Byron gave me 24 points. And Christopher Bell gave me 36 for a weekly total of 108. My running total is 3781. I am 65 points behind the leader. I lost 30 points. But if all three of those drivers got 24, it tells me I'm in good shape, because the 24 is going to win the championship. But Corey, what a week, bro. Ryan Blaney gave you 59, Martin Truex 33, Bubba Wallace 26, and Chase Elliott 20 for a weekly total of 138. You are sitting pretty at 38-46. Now, what I hope for this coming weekend is that everybody.
There's no way you can win. You know that, right?
Oh, yeah, there is. Oh, there is. If everybody on his list except Blaney wrecks out in the first 40 laps,
that's where I'm
good.
going. That's where I'm going. Statistically, for that to happen, you are not winning.
But if I pull this out, it is the greatest comeback since the 2004 ALCS, where the Red Sox beat the Yankees after the Yankees being up 3 games and the Red Sox took the next 4. This will be the comeback of all comebacks, and that's what I'm hoping for. But
yeah,
Corey, you're looking like this is your championship this year. However, we have one race to go. Now,
exactly.
Come to my favorite point, my time-killing point. We have 22 minutes to go. It's time to play one of our favorite games, Stump Stat Boy.
Yay.
All right, so with the first question is me. Corey, hands where I can see them. Put all your electronic devices away. I want you to tell me who won the 2008 All-Star race in Charlotte.
I could literally just remember watching this one, but you know what's actually funny about this? So Casey Kane not only won the All-Star race, but he actually became the first driver to win the All-Star race after getting in on the fan vote.
Hold that thought. I think you're wrong.
Wait.
Okay, that's a good question. While I'm looking up the answer, I think you're wrong. But Mike Martin says, at which 2 tracks did Richard Petty win the most races?
The oval ones.
The ovals.
This is exactly why we can't have nice things.
All right.
The oval ones.
Yes.
What do I win?
I'm sorry. What question are we on again?
We're going to Mike's question.
Mike's question. You answered, and he's confirming. We're going with Mike Martin. And at which 2 tracks did Petty win the most races?
Okay. So I'm probably going to say Daytona is one. And all right. Give me a minute on this one. I'd have to say, gosh, he won 200 races. Shit. All right. I'd say Daytona would be one of them. And was it Dover?
I'll have to look that up. Give me a moment. Okay, here we go. We're on the gimmick Schnabitz Frenum. Eligible drivers. Nobody cares. I want to know who won. God bless America.
Was he asking like what track Petty has most of his wins, or what track does Petty have the most wins at?
That was the question. The most wins at, and it's Martinsville and North Wilkesboro, 15 times each.
Okay.
You are officially fired. Oh, okay. So let's go back. The 2008 All-Star race was won by Kevin Harvick in the Pennzoil Silver car.
Wait, 2008?
Yes.
Tim Smith on TikTok says 2008 All-Star was Kane, but also Kane won the 600 that year.
Why is this telling me Kevin Harvick? Stop. I'm looking at Wikipedia.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Hold on. Time out. It's not giving me anything else on the Google machine. Oh, Casey Kane. All right. Fuck you. I hate you all. All right. What year did Kevin Harvick win the All-Star race?
2007.
It wasn't 2008.
Why don't you shut the fuck up, Skipper? Why don't you go get Gilligan and...
Oh, wait. 2007. And then I believe he won again, I think, in 2018.
Was it 18 or was it 12? I'm not sure. It doesn't matter.
No, it was
really
18.
doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, it was 18 because Jimmy Johnson won in 2012.
All right. My question. Another question.
Yes.
Who won the 1997 NASCAR All-Star race? Bonus points if you can tell me the paint scheme.
Ooh, okay. See, this one's legitimately easy. Okay. Jeff Gordon won that year driving the famous
Rainbow Bright car.
driving the famous T-Rex car. And of course, if you guys did not watch that car in the 90s, that car literally drove on a fucking rail. Like it didn't even like miss a beat either.
Jeff Gordon cheated.
Well, which of course, you had Ray Evernham on the pit box for those years. I mean, who knows?
All right. I'm waiting for the comment section to light up, waiting to see if Duke has any question from his TikTok gimmick.
I don't have anything yet.
All right. Next question.
Just a bunch of answers.
How many times has Jimmy Johnson won the All-Star race?
3 times.
Wrong.
Damn. Okay.
Anybody else?
4.
Herm is correct. It's 4.
I meant to say 4. Damn it.
Yeah, you did. I did. I win again.
I'm gonna start going more Phoenix direct.
Okay.
On this because we are going to Phoenix this weekend. So the Phoenix scene in Days of Thunder. Tell me about it.
We're in here eating ice cream.
Shut up. It's not the ice cream scene.
All right. Okay, so oh my goodness. Okay, so that was the scene where, he goes, I want you to get out there on the track and hit the pace car. Hit the pace car? Hit the pace car. What for? He goes, because you're never on the goddamn thing out there. I want you to be perfect. Quotable movie. You cannot make that shit up. I mean, come on.
Fantastic.
It's a great movie.
Right. Not only do we have championship weekend at Phoenix, we have the last race ever for Kevin Harvick. How many wins does Kevin Harvick have? Look up. Put your hands where I can see them. I don't want you on any Google machine. How many wins does Kevin Harvick have at Phoenix?
Okay. Give me a minute on this one. Because I can do this in my head.
I bet you can.
Okay. So let's see.
Matches.
Jeez.
Yeah. All right. So, all right. Let's see. I know 06 he's won twice. Let's see. 12, 13, 18.
75, 21.
You know what? I'm
75.
gonna say I'm
Carry
gonna
the 4.
say I'm gonna go with Duke's answer. I'm gonna go with 4.
4? Incorrect.
Oh no, I
Herm?
was saying carry the 4. I wasn't.
Oh, carry the 4. Yeah, you
Yeah.
could have carried the 4. You still would have been wrong. Herm, you got a chance. You can take the take the
Question
lead.
again.
How many wins does Kevin Harvick have at Phoenix?
6.
You're incorrect. The answer is 9. 9 wins at Phoenix. He leads all time.
6 is a 9 doing a headstand.
Same.
Same.
All right.
I do have a couple questions for Stat Guy.
Okay, bring them out.
All right. So who did Cale Yarborough get into a fight with on the track?
His mom.
Bob Backlund.
I would love to say that. No, he got into a fight with the Allison brothers. Well, mostly he got into a fight with Bobby. So.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Good question.
In what year did Mark Martin win the IROC championship?
Ooh.
Love that series.
Yeah.
Ooh.
God.
Whoever
Jesus.
asked that question, you are God amongst people.
That was Mr. Tim Smith on TikTok.
Tim Smith, you are a made man. If anybody has a problem with you, they answer to me.
God.
Loved
Okay.
that series.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I didn't really watch a lot of IROC, so I'm probably gonna take a stab at this one. I'm gonna say 99.
We'll look that up.
All right. While you do that, I'm looking up a question myself.
Actually, you know what?
Okay, here we go.
Good.
94, 96, 97, 98, and 05.
Damn.
Wow.
Done. All those
Man.
years, and you picked none of those.
All right. I've got a question. We had 12 minutes to go. Who holds the record for the most track sweeps in NASCAR history? Meaning they came in and won every race that weekend.
So repeat the question. You had a glitch.
Me?
Yeah, you did.
Who holds the record for the most weekend sweeps in NASCAR history? Meaning you go to the track and in any series you run in, you've won every race.
I'd have to say
Golly.
Petty, you are wrong. Nice try, though. I would, it's not a bad pick.
it's okay. Honestly, it has to be Kyle Busch.
Unfortunately, it is Kyle Busch.
Okay. I was going to say, that seems like that would be the easy answer, but I was going to go Mark Martin because he won so many Busch races. But
Mark's in
I don't know.
second on the list.
Okay.
So, good call on you. All right, let's see if I can dig a little deeper. I got to do something. Corey is pissing me off right now.
Hey, I got one for you.
Go ahead.
True or false? Rusty Wallace won a race at Daytona.
True, but not a points race.
Okay. What year was it?
It was a Miller car.
1998.
Fuck.
It was in the Adventures of Rusty car in the Busch. Was in the Busch Clash? Yes.
No, it was actually the start of the Bud Shootout.
Thank you. Well, back when it was, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I hear you.
All right. See, I was going for a Rusty Wallace question.
What 2 years did Kyle Busch win his championship?
Bob Backlund.
All right. So for Cup, I would have to say 2015 in 2019.
Wait, hang on.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
Ladies and gentlemen.
That came in off TikTok. That's all.
all right.
They should post the answer too. Next time, post
Okay.
the answer with the question.
That would be great. All right, Corey Huffnagel.
Yes.
How many career Busch/Nationwide/Xfinity races has Rusty Wallace won in his career?
Has he won?
Has he won?
Okay.
He has 42 starts on that series. How
Jeez.
many has he won?
I'm gonna have to say probably maybe 5.
5. Okay. Duke, you got a chance to beat the stat boy here. He's wrong.
Jesus.
6.
Well, Herm, you got a chance to beat them both because they're both wrong.
Nah, I'm not taking a stab at this one.
In the Busch/Nationwide/Xfinity series, Rusty Wallace has exactly 0 wins.
Jesus.
Really?
Yes, sir. 42 starts. He has 18 top 10s, 2 poles, no wins.
Damn.
Interesting.
Yes, I thought so too. Wow. Anybody out there in the comment section, on Duke's page, on Reddit, am I the asshole?
What?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes, I
Mr.
am.
Burleson has asked, what year did Lake Speed win at Charlotte?
Oh, shit.
And I
I
hope
know.
he tells me.
I think I know the answer to this, and I'm not going to the Google machine, but I want. It's this Corey's spot. Let's do it.
Huh. And what year did Lake Speed win at Charlotte?
That's a great question, by the way. Thank you.
And this was in Cup, right?
I would imagine that's what he's asking.
Yeah, he's got 1 Cup victory in his career. I see Herm's already Googling.
No.
Damn.
I want to see if my answer's right. If it's wrong, I'm
think-
just going to say my answer. But
I don't think Lake Speed's ever won at Charlotte.
yes, he has.
Hmm.
You are fired beyond belief.
You know what? I think I'm gonna go with this one. I'm gonna go with 1988.
Is he right?
I don't know.
Because I got my answer. Hold on, I'm Googling it now.
Burleson says, oh my gosh.
Rick Burleson, Nate Burleson, who?
Brian Burleson says, yes,
Oh,
sir.
okay.
But
Oh,
then,
fuck.
but then Tim Smith says, no, he hasn't. So maybe it was was it a right question or not? I'm just asking.
I'm gonna find out.
All right.
I'm going to Lake. I'm going to Lake Speed.
I don't have verifiable results here with me.
If I may.
He didn't win it. He did not win it, Charlotte. And I was
See?
right. My answer was freaking correct. Lake Speed won the 1988 Trans-South 500 at Darlington, the spring race.
Yep. Because when okay, but here's the thing. Because here's the thing. When someone wrote in saying like, at what year did Lake?
I don't disagree with you. I see what you're saying.
When somebody wrote in Lake Speed wanted Charlotte, I thought to myself, wait, you wanted Charlotte? like really?
Yeah, I got them mixed up. I apologize to everybody involved, and be with the starving pygmies in New Guinea. Amen.
Jesus.
All right.
Burleson apologized.
This one. That's all right. Good job,
We're
Burleson.
good.
All right, Corey. And I don't even know the answer to this. I know 2 of the drivers, but not all 3.
Mm-hmm.
2004 Chevy Rock and Roll 400 at Richmond.
Yes.
the greatest American rock band in the world, Kiss, sponsored a car on all 3 series. Who drove those cars? And I'm sorry, 2 cars and 1 truck.
Yes. All right. So for starters, would have to be Harvick in the 29, and then the other one would be Hornaday in the 2 car back in the day, and then the other one I'd have to say was Matt Crafton, who drove the 6 truck long before then. You're welcome.
Got him.
You're welcome.
What other driver has been sponsored by Kiss before?
Ooh.
It was 2 years earlier. That's all I'm going to say.
All right. I'm probably going to stab at this one and say Sterling Marlin.
Fuck! I hate this game.
What are you talking about? You love this game.
I do love this game, but I hate it in equal measure. 4 minutes to go.
I was going completely out of the bubble and going to say John Force.
That's different, and it was actually Doug Kalita.
Wasn't Force had Kiss on his car?
Did he really? I never knew about that.
I'm pretty sure. I think I had the diecast.
Okay, I got
thought
I got that super long winged gimmick with the little wheels of I hope I'm saying his name right. Doug Kalita.
Coletta.
I'll take a picture of it when I go upstairs. I'll send it to you guys. It's sitting in front of my television.
That's what I did.
That's Connie's kid.
Connie Kalita.
Connie Coletta. He was a drag racer.
Oh yeah, well, all right. I didn't know that.
Damn.
All right, with the few moments we have left, I want to talk right down to earth in a language that everyone here can easily understand. What song is that from? We'll even let the TikTokers vote on that one. You can hear the riff as soon as I get done saying it.
It's that black rock band.
Oh God! See, this is why we can't have nice things. It was that black rock band.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Come on, comment section. Don't let me down. You can do this.
That's right.
With the few moments that we have left, I'd like to talk to you right down to earth and in a language that everyone here can easily understand. Yep. Pow.
Yeah, Doug Kalita had a drag racer.
Yep.
And
yeah, that's not what we're working on. You're kind of avoiding the question.
I'm not avoiding the question.
Corey's eating a hanger. Jesus Christ,
I can't remember the question. It's not that I'm avoiding.
John Force did. I looked it up. He did.
Oh, John, I would love to see a picture of it. Not now, but I'll look it up later. But the answer is Living Color, Cult of Personality.
There it is.
Next week, championship weekend. Duke, if you're available, would love to have you. Hopefully Tank will be back next week. Tori
I should be available.
I would love to have TJ on to tell us about his experience at championship weekend in Phoenix. Beyond that, the week after that is going to be our Kevin Harvick retrospective. Love to hear all of you guys and what you have to say. Junior JR has a whole bunch of cool guests lined up. He's working on a bunch of good stuff. We're going to decide what our winter looks like because generally Corey and I would go every other week. But if we have guests and if you guys want to hang with us, we'd love to have you. Tell your friends, share this show. Anybody you know who likes racing, this is where they should be Wednesday nights. If they can't watch it live, they can go to the YouTube channel. They can come right here to Facebook on the page, watch it back whenever they want. I do want to ask, and Christian is not available to be voted for. We haven't done this in a while. Who's the MVP of the comment section tonight?
Mike Martin chimed in quite a bit.
Mm-hmm. And he came in with the best stuff. That's my vote. Mike Martin is the MVP of the comment section.
Yeah, he came in with good questions. He did.
All right. Congratulations, Mike Martin. You are the MVP of the comment section. You win a whole lot of nothing, but we invite you back next week and anytime you want to watch. Past that, I do have to say this to Mike Martin because he'll be at work and I will not be anywhere where I can contact him. This weekend is Falcons Vikings, and he's a Vikings fan. I'm a Falcons fan. I'm wishing for a good game. I know they're short a quarterback. I know we're short a defense. All of it because it's the fucking Falcons. So, Mike, tip of my hat. I hope it's a good game this weekend. And, going forward, objectivity is king. So, if I lose, I will salute you all day long. Past that, Corey, I hope your ass falls off because of all the bullshit I've had to go through this fantasy season. Duke, thank you again. Your insight when it comes to NASCAR in general, with you being a former official, I can't tell you enough how much the things that you've told us has changed my perspective on racing as a whole.
Glad to be here. Thank you.
And Herm, I'm just glad you're alive.
Me too.
And to all of you out there, Falcons have already won. Okay, well, that's why they play the playoffs. Jim Mora, I fucking hate that guy. It doesn't matter who wins or who loses. What matters is that you guys are with us every single week. Tell your friends, share the show, go like the page. We can only do what you allow us to do. So go share all of it. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell somebody you hate. Tell Corey's family to watch the show because I know they're not watching the show. They're in the other room eating cheesecake and having a great time and not turning on the heat. That's why Corey's in 6 layers of clothes.
7.
By the way, for Corey, before we go.
Yes.
If you put on all the clothes in your house, you put on all of the clothes. Yeah. God bless Matthew Perry. Let's just get that out there. Sad to see him go. Very young age, 54. Not racing related, but you know what? Dude went through some hard times. Thought he came out on the other side, and unfortunately, we lost him. That didn't stop Herm Lynch and I from making jokes privately, but that's what we do. We deal with death a little bit different than everybody else. But God bless Matthew Perry. He was a big race fan. I saw him when I was in Charlotte in 2015, 2016. He was on pit road. So, Matthew Perry was a big race fan. So nice. Let's give it up for Matthew Perry. And to all the Dukes fans out there on the Talk and watching him do what he does, please go join the Facebook page, The Speedway Review, as Corey brings the hanger across the screen.
We had 523 people watching tonight.
All right, all you 523 people. Right, turn them into YouTube people, turn them into Facebook people. When I get on the gimmick phone, I want to see those people on our list. And I appreciate you, Duke, sharing the show. I really do.
Yep, my pleasure.
Oh, you're the best. And you're welcome. As we said, you're welcome anytime. And if you can find a way on Wednesday nights to be here every week when we go into fantasy draft, you get to draft your team too.
Oh no, we're definitely going to do that. That's going to be part of my new Wednesday schedule. Is from 8 to I was going to do 9:10 to 9:15, something like that. But tonight I got lucky because I got a little test session with a league that we're going to be running some different stuff. That's not starting until 9:30. So I hung out for the whole show. But typically I'm going to be able to give you about an hour and 10 minutes about every Wednesday. That's kind of my plan. Okay. So that's nice. What I set aside on my schedule.
So if you're going to be here every week on Wednesday, you are officially entered into 2024's fantasy draft. I'll explain the rules as we get closer. And if you have to leave at, say, 9, 10, whatever, I'll send you your points update, or you can watch it back later that night and see how you did. It goes by exactly the points that the drivers earn. There's no special gimmicks. There's nothing. You get on your team what the driver earns on the track.
Right on.
And all of you out there on TikTok, Twitter, Gimmick Schnabitz Fernum. Go like the page. Go give us some support because we've got big plans for 2024. We want you to be a part of it. For Herm, for Duke, for Corey, my name's Chris. We're getting the hell out of here.
Have a good night.
Peace.